spirit, or it's not an imagination in your mind and you are just trying to create. These are real things and they prove themselves to be real. Over the years that I have been working with them, they have proven themselves worthy of working with. That's what I can say.
Thank you very much, Opa.
Thank you very much, Opa. It is the relationship. They say usually any spirit. I'm not talking about your brother, but any spirit like you get. It's just like you having a human friend. And I believe that the first time you met me was just a brief meeting. We introduce ourselves and we know who is who, where you come from. And then after was the subsequent visits, coming to the shrine, meeting me or talking to me on phone, build our relationship so that we can become now more like a good friends or a father and a son relationship, no more just friends. So it is with spirit world too. Whenever you get a spirit introduced to you, the relationship is going to be like a father and son. But the more you get closer, the more you call him, the more you involve that spirit into your daily life, the more the spirit becomes closer to you and begin to treat you like a father or a child or a son, a daughter, a child of the spirit. So that's what it has always been. Everything starts from one day, but as you continue interacting with each other, then you build that strong relationship. And then if you don't see each other, you cannot be at peace. That's what it is. So thank you very much, Lubu, for that question.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa.
You're welcome. Okay, we are going on to Facebook now. We have Mike Thomas. Say hello, Papa. After full Ifa initiation, is this person now a priest? Yes and no. To be a priest, when you are initiated into Ifa, you can be regarded as a priest, but you cannot be regarded as a practicing priest until you learn priesthood techniques, how to be a priest. Because to be a priest is not just the initiation. There is more to becoming a priest than just initiation. But you are also a priest in a way that you have been initiated and you have been given your body, or you have been given your Ifa Odu. You know your destiny now. You know you have the blueprint of your life, and if you follow it, yes, you are a priest, but you may not be a practicing priest who will now be either doing divination for people or even initiating other people. There are so many other things that you need to go to become a priest. This is what I had always been talking about when our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, once they come to Africa and get the initiation into Ifa or into Ifa or to Voodoo, the following day they fly away back to where they came from, and they have declared themselves priests and start to torment their people with all kind of stories and lies. Priesthood takes time. If you want to be a practicing priest, it takes time. Let's take for instance, when you go to a Christian church, the day you have been baptized into Christ or into the church, does not make you a pastor. Not because you have been baptized into the church or baptized in water or some water poured on your head. That doesn't, you are a Christian, but it does not make you a Christian priest or Christian pastor. So this is what it is in Afa or Ifa. When you are initiated, you need to undergo a training that will make you to become a bona fide priest, whereby you can also attend to other people. It's a lifelong journey. It's not just one day journey. And people who thought that once you get initiation or you get initiated into Ifa, you are already a priest and you can start to tell people their fortune. These are all not real. It's all games people play on others. So thank you very much for that question, Mike Thomas. And then Mike Thomas went on to say, and so does that mean the person's prayers are stronger after Ifa initiation? Yes and no for that too. Because if you are taught the prayer to your destiny, if you got initiated, yes, there's a way you can now call Afa, especially the incantation in Afa. You learn how to pronounce or call all the 17 Odus in Ebe Afa and all the 16 Odus in Yoruba Afa. You will be able to now know how to call them, because the Odus in Afa are divinities on their own. Each Odu, like Jeogbe, Yekumeji, Olimeji, Timeji, these are all divinities on their own. So if you know how to call them and then pronounce them and do the two incantation and everything, you are actually drawing yourself closer to them, and you are at the same time drawing them closer to you. So definitely when you pray, you are praying now and you are getting more successful results than just to pray without knowing what you are praying to, or without having connection with what you are praying to. So yes, yes and no, in the sense that when you learn how to pray, your prayers get accepted. And also prayer doesn't really finalize everything. You need to do certain rituals, vosa, as Aries may call it, and that all will be what the Alpha will be telling you, and you do, and then your desire, your prayers, and the things you are doing will get into the spirit world and get accepted, and then the spirit world will work on it and give you results. So that's what it is. Thank you very much, Mike Thomas, for these questions. And then we have Lustig here saying, good afternoon, Papa. Another blissful week. What more can we say? Akwe, Papa. Thank you very much, Lustig. I'm also very grateful. Akwe now. Yeah. Okay, we are done with Facebook. Okay, we are going to TikTok again. So where am I?
Okay, we have Mikel 5.
Okay, we have Mikel 5. It's a well-spoken. Yeah, we read that one. And then we have Mikel 5. Tombe, please educate us, those who don't respect. Okay, we are doing our best. We don't need to fight anybody here. We just have to tell them the truth of what we do. Yeah. And it's again, those who don't respect authority. Okay, I mean, the authority is supposed to be respected, because if you don't respect authority, what happens is that you get yourself into trouble. Take for instance, police stop you on the way, even whether you are initiated or you are not initiated, whether you have joker or you don't have joker, whether you have some voodoo or you don't have a voodoo. When a policeman stops you, you have to stop.
When the police asks you
When the police asks you for your documents or whatever they ask you for, if you have them, provide them. If you don't have them, tell them that you don't have them with you, and then you should beg them and ask them to give you time to get your documents proper. If they refuse and they say they have to take you to court, that's why you beg them. And then, if that one too they don't want to listen to you, then of course that is when you can now involve your voodoos into the begging, in the sense that even if they take you to where they will take you, there will be leniency played on you, or people who have they pardon you. That's why you can do that. But at any time that any authority, anybody, whether it is even a GPRT sees a policeman, or what is the AMA?
GPRT for the policeman.
No, I said the policeman is on the road. Then GPRT also are on the road. Then we have the AMA policeman or every district assembly or task force. Whoever stops you, wherever, you need to respect authority, because if you want to show how clever or how strong, how powerful you are, you may end up in a lockup, and then you will not be able to use your spiritual energies to do anything. So I advise everyone who is on this path to respect one another and also respect authority. You should always be humble. Don't prove yourself to be better than anybody. We are not, nobody is better than anyone. You have to learn how to respect people who needed to be respected. Thank you very much, Michael. I'm very grateful for that. And then he said, Togbe educators those who don't respect authority of Mother Nature. What is the authority of Mother Nature in this? If I am to ask, I would say the authority of Mother Nature is just to live according to the rules and regulations of nature. Have peace with nature, because in Voodoo, our main aim is to live in harmony with nature. That's all that Voodoo is, according to the Ewe concept of traditional spirituality. It is to live in peace with nature. So when you say respecting the authority of Mother Nature, I don't know exactly what you mean, but you can clarify it, Michael, so that I can
Please hold on, I should be back.
Okay, before we go back to YouTube, let's go on to Facebook, and when I come back, I'll take Anthony's thing again.
Yes, please.
Okay? Facebook has sound?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Facebook then.
Yes, please.
While you are fixing the sound of
YouTube has sound.
YouTube has sound now?
Yes.
Okay. So then let me just finish with Facebook and go back to YouTube. Okay, we have a big sister Ifa Dara said, grand blessings, Papa and family. Thank you very much, big sister. You've been around here almost an hour ago. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you are fine. How's your health? How is Eva and everybody? My regards and greetings to them all. Then we have our brother Abayomi Balogu saying, good afternoon, Papa. Hello, Abayomi. How are you? Thank you very much. It's been a while. And then Abayomi again say, Clubhouse not live yet. Yeah, now we are live on Clubhouse, and then we have some few people, and not too many people. So that's why we were saying many people probably were waiting and they couldn't get us. So and then we have Diamond Cash say, blessings, Papa and AMT family. Hello, Diamond. How are you? Blessings to you too. Thank you very much for joining the section. We're very grateful. Please prepare your questions and let's juggle it out and see how we can all learn from one another. And Shamba is saying it's now on. Thank you very much. That's from Clubhouse. Okay, thank you. I think we have only those few people on, or we still have more people on Facebook. Let's see.
That's all.
That's all for now.
Yes,
Okay, so we have let's go back to YouTube and see. I think what do you call it? I'm not seeing the TikTok is gone. Some software matter came in, so they should install software or whatever. Came and blocked me. I wasn't seeing, but maybe it's on, but I was not seeing. Okay, we are on YouTube again, and we see Anthony X say, good day, Baba Christopher. It's been a while. Good to be back in the groove with you. Thank you very much, Anthony X. Anthony went on to say, does Voodoo have any affiliation with the ancient system of animism, where everything in nature has a spirit and consciousness? Yes, it's not that it has an affiliation, but that's the concept of Voodoo. That's the whole concept of Voodoo, that God is nature and nature is God, and everything in nature has a spirit, and everything in nature matters, and everything in nature can communicate with you if you know how to communicate with them. So the whole concept of Voodoo is the recognition that everything in nature has consciousness and has spirit. So it is not like it being affiliated, but that is what it is. And then we have Kinsley O2. It says sound corrected. Thank you. No, then Kinsley O2 went on to say, Papa, I've been at a shrine for long and I'm not getting the results as expected. Please, can you educate what might be the cause? Kinsley, have you been to our shrine? You say you have been at a shrine for a long and you are not getting the results as expected. I think what you should do is call the shrine where you had been and tell them straightforwardly and let them know that what they did for you, what you are expecting, is not materializing. The reason why I said so that you should call them is because they might have done the right work and correct work for you, and sometimes they probably gave you some taboos that you are not following, or they gave you some guidelines that you are supposed to follow and you are not following. And maybe those could be the hindrances that you are facing. But if you want to get results, call the shrine again. Let them know that you are not seeing results the way you wanted to. And I believe very strongly if they are a real shrine, they will ask you to do certain things or they will ask you certain questions and then they will take it from there to fix what is not going on well. Sometimes you go to a shrine, the shrine is a real shrine and they do things or they did things for you. The things that they did for you are real things. But there are certain times our own doing, our own shortcomings will be blocking us. Or you are also following all the rules properly, but nothing is happening. Then you should know that it is time. With time, it will come. Everything has time. Some people, when you do work for them, immediately they left your place, things start happening. There are certain people also, it will take some time before theirs will happen. Others, it may take a very long time before it happens. But if what they have done for you is real, definitely changes will come. We should be drinking Mr. Cole's water here so that people can see and buy. No, this is different. His company is different company. So maybe we will suggest that anytime we are going to do live, should give us. They don't have many bottled waters, but they have some. So we will keep one only for in live. So we will be drinking. Then people will say, "Ah, do these people also have bottled water?" Then they will start demanding for it. Yeah, that's better. At least we know what we are getting from. Mhm. These people, they don't even know that we exist. Okay, on TikTok, we have only Agbebibi joining. Then now, Ajoko. Now, Ajoko. Okay, I think then Seiram also joined. Is it Seiram who joined? Seiram Voncujovi is authority. His name is authority. No, I saw on there. It's not the name.
And then maybe
Seiram joined the TikTok.
Serum.
Are you watching?
No.
Okay, we say authority, Henry, Seiram. Okay,
Nice serum.
it's not our Seiram.
Yes. I said different.
They say yes, Pepper. Okay, how are you, Henry? Thank you very much for joining. I'm very grateful. Some reading, our parents' Thanksgiving. Okay, we are on YouTube again, and Henry Kingsley O2. He said, Papa, I would like to book for a divination at your end. The last time I inquired, I was told you traveled. Yes, that's very true. I traveled out for a short December. We are back now. So please book an appointment and let's see if we can divine for you. That's all that I can say. Have they fed the birds or they are feeding them? It's even late. Okay, on TikTok, we are please. I want to know if you do money. Oh, Romeo Okafui. Romeo Okafui. No, we are not bank. We are only spiritual center. We don't know. We don't have money printing machine here. I think Ghana, Bank of Ghana, I think they have it. We don't have it. Thank you very much. Then Seyram is Henry Seyram is great for meeting you. Thank you very much, Henry. Thank you very much for joining. Again, which one is there? And then okay, Romeo Caffrey again is a work on money. No, 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 no. But there's a bank near me here called APSA Bank. They are not far from our shrine. They have money, plenty money. So when you come, they will direct you to them. Maybe they can be of help to you.
Please, we are going to YouTube.
Okay, let's go to YouTube again and see.
Sorry, but please, this.
Papa, please, how can I meet you? Oh, Henry, you can always meet me. We have our number attached to our profile. When you call the number, they will attend to you and book an appointment for you. So go onto our profile on TikTok, and then you can see our number. I think the technical team is also trying to put the number there so that you can see that when you call, they will attend to you. And then we have Legacy Junior. So please can I, can you tell me my future? No, I cannot tell you your future. But if you do a reading, the reading will tell you what you want to know. I don't tell future about people.
This one, we are going to YouTube.
Is that?
This one, we are going to YouTube.
Okay, let's go to YouTube and see. I think we don't have any new message on YouTube.
That's all.
Okay. And on Clubhouse, Abayomi has joined. Tightcaster has also joined, and of course, Big Brother Echo also joined. I think Shamba was here, but you left. Are you still there? Where?
I think you have to refresh.
Ah, okay, you are there. Ah, okay, you are different. There, okay. Shamba is there. Tara is there. You said Fashegun also is there. Yeah. Okay. So we have those things there. Let's then we have PM okay, Sayram, Henry Sayram, authorities, Henry Sayram, say thanks so much. I really appreciate. You are welcome, Sayram. Thank you too for joining. And then we have P. Martini. He said, please, I'm seeing this for the first time. What is the page about? What do you do, please? Our page, the name is African Magic Temple. We are a traditional African spirituality shrine, especially or emphasis on Eve Voodoo. Yeah, the emphasis is on Eve Voodoo, but we are a general, a traditional spiritual shrine. But we are not the kind of shrine who you come and say, I want to do money for me and all this. That's we are not that. We are educational shrine where we educate people about our African identity, our traditional spirituality, and how you can use it to live in harmony with nature. So to have peace with nature, that's what we do here. So that's the kind of shrine that we are education. about our tradition. And of course, we also do works for people who want us to work on spiritual problems, but not the type that say make do money for me. We don't believe that there is any spiritual man who can do money for anybody, because if they can do money, they should have been doing money for themselves. If I know how to do money, I think why should I do for you? Do for me. I will be doing for me. Eh? If I know how to do money, I won't work again. I will sleep. Then when I sleep every day, I'll be making money for myself. So we don't do that kind of thing, but we are a very good shrine, very authentic and popular with people who are really seeking spiritual awareness. Thank you very much, P. Martini. That's what we do. Then we have a Smack Empire GH. Please, where do you locate? We are in Accra, Ghana, on the Spinters Road. Then we have Salon. Please, how will I see you? I think they have just pinned the number there. We have our profile. We have our number on our profile. So you can't do it from the computer. Like, the computer is just a monitor. So our number is on our profile on TikTok, African Magic Temple. The number is there. So please, when you go there, you will see our number. So they've just pinned it to the screen, so you can see the number. Call it and book an appointment, and you will see you. And then we have a PM Martini say thank you, sir. Thank you to PM Martini. And then we have Abui Zubeida Tameklo. Okay. Following Abui Zubeida Tameklo. Okay. There's Daniel Kosi Bojwe on Zoom. Yes, hello. Kosi, how are you? Boatin is not Bojwe. Okay. Daniel Kosi Boatin is on Zoom. Yes, Daniel, please go ahead.
It seems it's connecting to the
Okay. Okay, those of you who live in Ghana and are watching us, I want you to tell me what is the meaning of akpeteshi. In which language is the word akpeteshi coming from, and what does it mean, and what is the history behind that name? If any of you know what is akpeteshi, I'm talking about the local brew gin, the one that doesn't have any bottle, but has no name, has no brand, but the name alone sells more than any brand. So any of you who understand the meaning and where that name came from, so we can talk about it, because it has something to do with our colonial history. I take it to Mali, we can be enjoying that one. Oh, get another cup. This one I'll be using for prayer. And then Mike Perea also is saying, please no sound. That is on again on YouTube. Is it the old one or it's okay? It's working. Okay. Please send in your questions so that we can answer. I can try to answer them for you. We have Obolo Gai Gai. Greetings, Tommy. This end of year ceremony will be great. Yes, we are praying for that. We have already started our preparation slowly, and we hope and pray that this end of year will be a very interesting one. It has been a very fruitful and a year full of actions. Okay, we have so many people who are joining and sending likes to the host, and thank you all for doing so. Please send some question if you know what we are doing. We are actually talking about African traditional spirituality, and if there is anything that is confusing you that you don't understand about African traditional spirituality, please send me what do you call it? Questions, and we try to see if we can answer it. We are all learning about our tradition or relearning what was taken away from us. We have Philip saying, I want to ask a question about spirits in water. Okay, go ahead, Philip. Say long. Also join 6 year long. Okay. And that they join on TikTok. Okay, let's then new thing. Greetings, Tommy. Newton from Tema. Hello, Newton. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the program. We are very grateful. We have yeah, I have spoken. I have already read that Philip one said I want to ask questions about spirits in water. Yes, so I said he should send the question in. We have Kofi Sasu also joining, Rich Smith, Velvet Queen, and all the many people near Obuade, everybody joining. Thank you all for joining the section. We are very grateful. On Clubhouse, we have Shamba, a big brother called Typecaster Abayomi, uh, Bina, Sena Tonya, and then Tara and Senyo. I think they also online. Everybody they are joining on the Clubhouse. Then we have Chris Wade. Is it Chris Wild? Okay, 53. Chris Wild 53 saying good evening, Daddy. Please, are you good evening, Daddy? Please, are you a twin? My twins are wearing some of your wristband. Yes, no. I'm not a twin, but I am a father of double twins. I fathered twins 2 times. So I'm a Venachu. I am a twins father. That's why I wear the beads. Then Philip is saying, okay, I went somewhere and I was told before they can perform And rise for me, if water is not, they can perform, they can perform perform and rise for me if water is not part. If water is not part, it won't work. Ah, okay. Yeah. So the water spirits are water spirits, just like how fire spirits are also fire spirits, and area spirits are also area spirits. So there are spirits are like the question that was asked on a YouTube by somebody, if a voodoo is like has any affiliation with animism, where it is believed that uh, uh, everything in nature has spirit and has consciousness. That is exactly what it is. So water has consciousness. So there are energies and spirits, and call them whatever you like, that embodies water or are in water, and they can function only when there is water. And then there are also some that use the air, some are using the wind, using the sound, some are also using fire and all this. There are some who are using the physical material uh, nature, as in dwarfs and other things. So we have spirits of everything, all the five fundamental factors in life. There are spirits within them. So we have a you know, what's the meaning? That's Philip was asking about this water thing. Means every if you are related to spirits that are in water, maybe that's what they are trying to say. That if they want to work with you, then if there is no water spirit connected to you, they cannot work with you. So that's what they are saying. I cannot tell what they mean by that, but my understanding is that maybe if they are dealing with water spirits, so when there's no water spirit connected to what work you want them to do, they won't be able to do it. But if there is a water spirit involved, they can. And then we have Chris Wild 53 say, okay, you are very blessed, Daddy. Thank you very much, Chris Wild. I'm very grateful. And then Philip went on TikTok to say, how can one connect with his ancestors? One can connect with their ancestors by learning about their ancestors first. That's the way you connect, because if you don't know something, you cannot connect with it. You need to learn about what you want to connect with first before you can connect with that. So when you want to connect to your ancestors, that means you would need to know about your ancestors, your roots, where you are from, where your ancestors are coming from, and that is what will help you to be able to connect with your ancestors. So Philip, try to get back to your roots, get back to your home, get back to your people, and learn more about your roots, about your ancestors, your grandmothers, great grandmothers, your great fathers, great grandfathers. Then you can begin to connect with them. Then Philip went on to say, Philip, he said, is spiritual marriage bad? I don't know about spiritual marriage, so I don't know whether it is bad or it is good. A lot of people speak about spiritual marriage, but me, at my shrine, I've never spoken about spiritual marriage, and I don't know very much about what spiritual marriage is. So I cannot tell whether it is bad or it is not bad. People who speak about it, they probably know more about it, so they have spoken about it. I have never spoken about spiritual marriage since I've started my life program, and even since I have started my spiritual journey almost 40 plus years ago. I've not been speaking about spiritual marriage. Those who speak about spiritual marriage are people who know about it. I don't know so much about spiritual marriage. I don't even know what it is. So I can't tell whether it's bad or it is good. And we have Philip sharing our life. Thank you very much. And then we have Philip again saying, okay, thank you. Are we done with that?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Boatin at Zoom.
Yes,
Is he still there?
no, please.
Maybe he just tuned in, but he does not know what we are discussing. So, okay, we have our brother Samuel Tucson. So, I want to ask: is there a difference and destiny, or are the two things the same? Okay, Samuel, destiny is destiny. In a Yoruba concept, the Ori, which is destiny, in their uh, spirituality, Ori actually means the head. So when they say Orisha, or the spirit of your head, or the spirit that controls your head, they are talking about destiny or your head spirit. It's your destiny. So in the Afa or the Ifa way, the Nigerian way, to be able to realize and know what your destiny exactly is to be initiated into uh, Ifa. When you are initiated into Ifa, then you come across your destiny and know what it wants for you and know the blueprint of your life on this phase of life or living. On the other hand, Afa is also coming out of the Yoruba Ifa, and we use the same oracle that the Yorubas use, which is the Ifa oracle, but the Eves call it Afa. We also continue using the Yoruba words like Jiogbe, Bemeji, Yekumeji, until we get to Fu Meji. They are all in Yoruba language, even though the Eves are calling their Ifa Afa, or the Eves have kind of taken Ifa and made it their own by adjusting it to Ewe culture. So when you are giving Afa, we call it Poli Se, Poli Se, which means that it is also your destiny. It is destiny. But this destiny is derived from the Ifa Odu or Afadu that has fallen for you. That's where you will know your destiny. So, whereas in the Ewe Voodoo way, the way to set up destiny is also a little bit different from the way the police or the Afa Poli comes. But most people who have gotten Afa say also have the Voodoo say, or most people who have gotten the Voodoo say also have the Afa Poli say, because they just the same thing but from different cultural backgrounds. Because whatever they tell you in your voodoo essay that they made for you, it is the same essay you will come across when you get the police or the Ifa also tell you. So it's the same. Like my own in my essay, I am supposed to be a traditional spiritual teacher, and that's what I'm supposed to do. And when I went to get Afa and I was initiated, it is the same, the Odu or Afadu that has fallen for me also spoke about the same thing. So if it is done properly, you will meet the same thing, whether they are, the backgrounds are different, but it's the same answer that you will come to. So it is not different. It's only that it is from different cultural backgrounds, but they are talking about the same thing. Somewhere. Tusa, thank you. Okay, we have Bubune Tamakolo. Greetings, Papa. Please, why are you we ask not to talk to anybody before performing spiritual act. Okay, the reason why they tell you in certain spiritual acts, not it's not all. The things that they will tell you not to speak to anybody before uh, doing them are usually things that are done at dawn. Things that are done at dawn, and that's the purpose they do it at dawn, so that you will not have spoken with anybody earlier in the day before it is done. Because moment you start talking with human being, you start getting so many ideas from other people coming into your mind and to influence you. So your focus can be diverted. For this reason, there are certain spiritual things that they wanted to do. They want you to be yourself, nothing, you have not spoken to anybody, you have not gotten somebody's anger, you also have not got another person's influence into your mind, so that your focus will be on what you wanted to do, and then after accomplishing it, you can now be able to move on and talk to people or get other people's influences coming into your mind. For this purpose, there are certain things when they wanted to do it, they tell you that don't talk to anybody because they don't want any other vibration which will be coming from sound of someone's voice to come and influence you. For this reason, they always say don't speak to anybody, especially like the one talking about how to pour libation. If you really want to connect with your ancestors, you have to wake up at dawn in such a way that you will not have spoken with any human being whatsoever, but then you only speak to your ancestors first. So they should be the first people that your voice should reach out to. And then, of course, the memory powder that we did yesterday, or this dawn also, because we want the people that will be initiated with that memory powder to be in front of Legba before they speak. So, because Legba is the one going to be the master of their head at that time to bring this knowledge or wisdom or retentive memory. So, you go to Legba, and after you have been vaccinated with the black powder or the memory powder for retentive memory, then you can start talking. So it is how things are done. So it is only to keep your focus so that you don't nothing comes in to divert your attention from what you want to achieve. This is the reason why there are certain initiations they will ask you not to talk to anybody before the time of initiation. But these are very not very like major things. They are just simple things, and even a baby can abide by such a And big sister Oluchi also, okay, it's a peace and love, Papa, in regards to the family. Hello, my dear, how are you? Thank you very much. And how is the family? Thank you for joining, and thank you for all the encouraging messages and voice mails you've sent to me. I'm very grateful. I'm very appreciative of you, all that you are doing to support my wife. Thank you, big sister. I'm very grateful. And all of you who are supporting me, thank you very much. Okay, Samuel Tusa is saying thank you very much. I hope, Samuel, I hope my explanation made it easier for you to understand what Esther and Pauline say, or Ifa initiations or Afa initiation is. It's the same thing, but then from two different backgrounds, but they all come to the same point. Then we have Mike Perry. Papa, can you talk about the use of power leaf Tamiewu in every spirituality? Said, which one is the Tamiewu?
Sorry, Papa. I don't know. I think here is the one who has mentioned it now. So
How do they call my Peria? What is the name of Tamiewu in Eve? I don't know because Eves don't have any herb called Tamiewu. They have a name for it in Eve, but I don't know what that Tamiewu is. I don't know whether it is a flat toga or it is a woke. Those are is two different aflan there. There is woke and then there is a flat toga. This is a woke. Okay, this is a Tamiewu. Okay, this is called woke. Woke in Ewe. Woke is supposed to be the leaf of tanga. So some people call it a soma, means a herb of tanga. And some people also call it soli. In where I come from, they call it woke. Woke. Some people say awoke, whatever it is called. It has its own spiritual. Most of it related to Tanda spirit, the spirit of Tanda or Hebiaso. It says so ma. It is from. It is used by Tanda, and it is also used in enhancing memory for people. When it is mixed, I think I taught it some time ago. When it is mixed with the egg of some birds, it can also be used as a memory enhancing medicine. It is also sometimes used for uh, relieving cough and a congested chest. When you use it to pass over water and it becomes soft, you squeeze it and the juice or the liquid from it is drunk and it relieves you of congested chest. It also has other spiritual ways where sometimes you put shea butter in between two leaves and you use some incantation on them in order to attract good things towards you. It has so many things usages, but the ones that I know is what I am talking about. Some people may know many other things about it which I don't know, but it's a very important herb in people who are dealing with thunder. There is the other one who looks very much like this Soli or Woke, if it's called Woke. There is also another one who looks so similar to it, but it doesn't. That one doesn't grow because this one you are calling Tami, who we call Woke, but there's another one we call Afla Toga. Afla Toga. That Afla Toga is just looking like the Woke, but it is more whiter. It is more white. It's green, but it looks white. And while this one look uh, orange or yellowish sometimes. That other one is also having its work, and it is the main one for chest and when people have heart pains and other things. It is that one that they use, and it has its own spiritual incantations that go along with it. But I don't know everything about it. That's the little that I know. I know that the internet people put plenty things, but I don't know whether they have actually practiced it themselves before putting it out there. But what I have practiced is what I am uh, teaching you. It's also sometimes used in herbal baths. Yeah. I had it plenty in my back of my spiritual shrine, but of late I have some small chickens whose their mother died, so I was trying to keep them alive, and I kept them in there so that no other chicken would beat them and kill them. Now they've grown and they've eaten all my herbs in my spirituality. There's not a single herb left there. They ate everything. So now that they are grown, I have released them back into their main house. So I'm going to now look for the plants and plant them again. They have eaten everything, everything, zero, run.
All herbs, every herb there, they finish
Even though
it. They finish all.
the seals
The topsoil, everything.
They finish it. So anyway, so Mike Perea, that's what I know about Tamiewu, as it is called in Akan. We call it walker. We have Sadiq Marbel Jan. Say greetings, Papa. Hello, Sadiq. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. We are very grateful. Hope you and your family are fine. Thanks a lot. Tell former they should be preparing Togojo at a shrine. Everything. Make sure that place is very set for work. Okay, we are seeing Chris Wilde 53 saying, Daddy, please, that's on TikTok. Say, Daddy, please, any spiritual activity that I do does not work like spiritual cleansing or cleanings. Chris, I think uh, the problem may be the approach that you are taking or the approach that people are taking for you. Before you do any spiritual work and be very successful, it is always advisable to do a reading to find out what exactly is happening in your life, in your world. And when that is known, and if there are any challenges, you will fix them. The reading will let you know how to fix them. So when these things are fixed, whatever you do will be successful. Most of the time, people are not interested in doing a reading before doing their work. That is because sometimes to do a reading costs another money, and people are not interested in doing a reading. They only know what is worrying them and they want it to be solved. So they will go to a spiritual person and say, Oh, my girlfriend left me. So please bring my girlfriend back for me. Or my husband doesn't love me anymore. So please let my husband come back to me. But what causes your girlfriend to leave you, you don't know. And why your husband is not loving you anymore, that one too, you don't know. But you only want people to bring your husband back to you, or bring your girlfriend back to you, or bring your wife back to you. So most spiritualists are not diviners. Most spiritualists are not diviners. They cannot see. They have knowledge of spiritual knowledge, what to do and bring this one and bring that one together and make things to happen. A lot of spiritualists know that, but they don't know how to do divination. So when you come to them, what they know is what they will do for you. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not work. Not because the spiritualist does not know what he's doing, or probably he did not do a good work for you. Sometimes the spiritual person may be doing a very good work for you, but it's not working. The reason being that what is actually blocking your door or stopping whatever you are wanting, whatever you are attracting, whatever is trying to run away from you, whatever is trying to leave you, you both don't know what is causing the problem. The problem can only be known, the cause of the problem can only be known when you do a reading. And then when you do a reading, you'll be able to pinpoint exact cause of the challenge. And when you want to tackle it, you'll be able to tackle that part and the problem will be over. When you are trying to uproot a tree, yeah, you are only cutting the top. If the roots are still alive, you will cut the top, but after some time, it will grow new leaves again. So I will advise Chris that if you want to do anything spiritual in the future, make sure you do a reading and a proper reading for that matter to know exactly what the root cause is and how to approach that challenge and overcome it. So, with that, I believe 100% that you will find that it's not because they do spiritual things for you, it doesn't happen. It is the approach that is not uh, properly done. So, use this approach and see whether things that they will do for you would not happen. Thank you very much, Chris Wild 53. Okay, let's go down and see if there are some more people there. We have Philip again saying, please, can destiny be changed? Yes, destiny can be changed to the positive one, in the sense that each and everybody has two destinies within one destiny. I'll take that again. We all have two destinies within one destiny. What do I mean by that? Each and everybody has got a destiny, but the destiny is two. There is the positive destiny and there is also the negative destiny. The two of them go together as your destiny. In some people, the positive destiny is more prominent, is more active than the positive one. The negative destiny is more prominent, more active than the positive destiny. So, for this reason, you will be doing things, but things will not be going your way because your negativity, which is within you, is not coming from anybody, uh, is more prevalent or more active than the positive one. So things will be going in the negative way for you. So what our ancestors do is that they will try to align the positive destiny with the negative in such a way that they will subdue the the negative in your life so that the positive will now rise. And when the positive is more active than the negative, positive things happen to you. So this is what our people do as far as changing your destiny. What they do is they will there's a process through which they can activate the positive to be more active than the positive. That's what some people call changing of destiny. Thank you very much. Who the person is up? Not so far, not that far. Come down. No, no, no. I think it's
Chris.
is it Chris?
Yes.
Chris is the one who asked the destiny question.
Yes.
Okay, so Chris, why that is the way destiny can be changed. So definitely there's a way to it. Okay, so let me take the other ones up. So many are at the top.
Sorry.
It's a Philip. Philip is the one who asked that question. Philip on TikTok, like, please, can destiny be changed? Yes, it can be changed. Then we have oh, Ohini Labi TV follow the host, and then we have Hi Him Selassie, and Selom wanted to ask, please, how do I know myself in life? By approaching a spiritual person who would advise you and teach you how to know yourself. Since you don't know anything about it, go closer to people who know so that they can advise you. Then we have King Money. Mr. Man, what is going on here? There's nothing happening here, Mr. Man. We are doing spiritual thing. We are not doing money thing here, so nothing is happening here. We are teaching about our tradition. And then we have Ohini Labi TV again. It's called Miracle Leaf. Okay, thank you. In my Ewe language, we don't call it Miracle Leaf. We call it Woke. I'm teaching Ewe Voodoo here. So it is called Woke in my language. And then we have a place. Where are you located? We are in Accra on the Spinters Road. Our name tells it all, African Magic Temple. So, and say Ohini Labi TV say you are talking about Wagashi leaf. No, I am not talking about Wagashi leaf. I'm talking about Woke. Then Nsafua 1GH is a long time. Papa, I really miss you. Hello, thank you very much. And Safua, thank you very much. And we miss you too. Then we have Kwaku Elisha. Then we have Amand K. Dagbe. Then we have Alfana Derek Kulomote. And so many people are following. And then Hini Labi TV say my location, say your location, Papa. We are on the Spinters Road in Accra, Ghana. So Derek Lomote say hi. Hi, Derek, how are you? Thank you very much. And then Selom, he said, please, what will I do to...
Sorry, the question's clear.
Say, what will I do to know more about myself in life? Approach a spiritualist if you want to know about yourself. So that's what you would do. That's what you do. Approach a spiritual person who knows about spirituality, not someone who will say, come, let me make money for you. Someone who will teach you about your life. Look for such people. They will tell you what to do. And then we have Salom. Okay. Chris Wild 50. Please, Daddy, how can Togbe removal of items from the body be done? I don't know how to remove things from the body. I have no idea. I'm not that kind of a spiritualist. I don't remove anything from anybody. So I don't know. People who do it probably they do know. I don't know. I don't do that kind of spirituality. I'm not a trickster. I am a professional illusionist. I have been a professional illusionist and magician for over 30 years. When I am on stage to entertain people and make people laugh and be happy, I do magic. But when I'm teaching spirituality, I don't mix illusions and tricks with my spirituality. So people who have been removing things from people's body and people who have been letting voodoo to dance around in circle, I don't belong to that class. I'm very sorry. I don't believe that any voodoo whatsoever, how big, how small it is, can walk by itself. They can walk, but you can't see them. Spirits are invisible entities, and they don't start walking around for human eyes to see. That's why I don't believe in all those things. If you say in magic, yes, I can do anything in magic, but in spirituality, it's a totally different thing. So people who remove things from people's body, that is their specialty. I am not in that field. And Selom is saying, okay. Then we have Ohini Labi TV say, please, Daddy. What did they say? Please, Daddy, take for one to join. What does it take for one to join your temple? No, my temple is not an organization that people join. There is no one who joined. There's nobody who is called a member. But then there's everybody who is associated with us, either through initiation or through reading or joining us during a festival, automatically becomes part of the shrine. But it is not an organization where you say, "Oh, I am a member of this, I pay this due or I pay this registration." No, we are just an open shrine teaching the knowledge of our forefathers so that the whole public, people who are willing to learn, can learn. But there is no membership of my shrine. I'm the owner of the shrine. I form the shrine. I don't have any membership. So if someone tells you that, "Oh, I am a member of African Magic Temple," then the person is a member by association. Thank you very much, Ohini Labi TV. And then Selam said, "Please, which days do you work?" We work every day. You pick the number, book an appointment, you will find us. Then Ohini Labi TV say, "Okay, thank you very much. I would love to come and do the reading." We are always here. Our numbers are on our profile. You can get it and book an appointment if you are interested in doing a reading. Then Selam say okay. And then Chris Wire 53 say, "Please, when can I come for a reading?" Any day that you are ready to come for a reading, please make calls and book appointment in advance. They will tell you how to come and what we take to do a reading. Yes, let's go on to the Kwabena Boatin has joined us on TikTok. That's good. Thank you very much. And then let's go on to other. Okay, we are now back onto YouTube and we have someone to say, okay, this question may be controversial because we in the diaspora have our last names rooted in slavery. Also, it was used to show who we belong to or whose family we belong to. Okay, I understand. When pouring libations, would these slave owners be included and possibly work in our favor? Yes and no. I believe very strongly during the time of slavery, not only in Africa, not only in the diaspora, Africans also had slaves long time. There had been slavery within Africa continent long time before the Europeans came to do the transatlantic slavery. In our part of the world, when a person who has money, it is even rooted in Afa that in the olden days, when you have money, you need to buy people either to become a family for you or you need to go and buy people so that they can help you. It is even rooted inside every Afa that when you get money, you have to buy people to come and help you. So slavery had been here from time immemorial. It is not started by the Europeans or the Arabs only. It has even been within Africa itself. Let us be very, very clear about this. So when slaves are bought in the African context, those slaves become part of the family because they will lose their original identity, and then the new owner or people who bought them will now give them their family names. And their generations are being integrated into the family. And if nobody tells you that these are or were slaves generation, you will not know. They bear the same family name like us, so there is no difference between them. So, in that sense, the new generation or the children of those slaves who, when they were born, they knew their father or probably their grandfather to be part of this family. And they pour, what do you call it? They pour libation to this, their ancestors, and maybe even probably to the owners of their grandfathers, because the name became their name. Mind you, before we all came into this world, nobody had any name. That's the truth. We never had a name before arriving here. It is when we were born, either our parents or people who are in charge of us or people who were taking care of us gave us name, or people who adopted us have given us name. And it is that name that we bear, and it is that name that we respond to. I will use one case of my own family. My father was called Kwasi Poku. That's my biological father, called Kwasi Poku. The name Kwasi Poku or Kosi Peku, as the English have adulterated the name. So you will notice that anytime I am praying, I call my father's name. This name is not an Ewe name, it's an Akan name. So how come my father has gotten this Akan name? My father's father was called Akubia Mensa. But my father's father was the way we call linguist, but today it's called spokesperson. My father's father was the spokesperson for the paramountcy of Hohoi at one time. And during the time that my grandfather was the spokesperson for the paramount chief, the Akwamus, who are a tribe within the Akan tribe, had been coming to where our people settled. And they had laid claim to the land, that all these lands belonged to them, that they had been in that land before my ancestors came to settle on the land. So they come to take a yearly tax from all the people. This story I heard from my father himself. So anytime the Akwamu spokesperson of the paramountcy there comes to our village, he will lodge with my father's father. And it was on that one of those occasions that my father was born. Then he said, according to my father, he told my grandfather, who is my father's father, that, oh, my name is Kwesi Poku, and you gave birth to Kwesi on a Sunday. I'll give my name to your son for the remembrance and the cordiality, the friendship between you and I. As spokespeople, I'll give my name to your son. So my father from his childhood was called Kosipoku, Kosipoku, Kosipoku. Even though his father is called Akubia, but the name Kosipoku became his name all through his childhood. So when we were born, my father was always called Kosi, Mr. Kosipoku Akubia. But then, so we were signing the name Akubia as our sign name. But it got to a point my father wanted to differentiate the Akubia. There are so many other Akubias. He wanted to differentiate Akubia, the ones from his generation, and then our name became Poku Akubia. So now we use the name, my brothers, everybody is using the name Poku Akubia as their name. And if we want to look at it, it actually, the Poku was not every name, but it was given. So to come to your question, Samuel, if you had used slave names, or if your ancestors had used slave names, those are the names that you know for them. Those are the names that you know for your ancestors. You don't know any other name, and those are the names that they had responded to. So in their absence, when they are no more alive, but those names have been given to you, when you are pouring libation, those are the names that you know, and those are the names that you pour libation to. And of course, those are the names that they were responding to when they were alive. So you pour libation to those names, and truly, because that's the person who had lived before and died, become an ancestor, the name that he has been using is what you will call. Whether the name is a slave name or it's not a slave name, that is the name that you know for that person, and that's what you will call. What name would you call? You don't know your great grandfathers, their original names. So how are you going to connect to them? But if you are able to connect to the immediate person that you know, and then from there we say the known and the unknown. So the ripple goes down until whoever your great 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 grandfather who had bore an African name is, they will connect with that person automatically. So there is no problem in pouring libation to the names that you came to know when you arrived in this world. So use whatever name you know. The ripple will go to where it will go. We don't know where it will end. But once you have done it for the person that you have had contact with, you are okay. It is okay. There is nothing. Whether the slave owners will favor you or will not favor you, because sometimes some slave owners were also very helpful to slaves or people who they had taken as their children, even though it was done through slavery. Some slave owners were good to them. Then, of course, there are many slave owners who were also not good and they were very greedy and destroying. But some were good. But when you are praying, you are actually praying to your father, your forefather, from your bloodline. Whatever name they have given him or her, your forefathers, great grandmothers, whatever name they have given to them, that is the name they bore when they were alive. So when you call them, they will respond. So you don't have any problem at all. And you are not actually praying to the slave master, you are praying to the person who shared the same blood with you, because the slave master didn't share the blood with you, unless, of course, if there was an intermarriage somewhere along the way, and then they have mixed blood and all this. Then that person, even if he's an evil man, is also your ancestor in any way. Is it not true? Even if the person is a murderer, it's your ancestor. What can you cannot deny him the blood that runs in your veins. We have to look at this from a spiritual point. It does not have any problem at all. Because whatever someone has done, they will pay accordingly. It's not you. And whatever you do, you will pay accordingly. So Samuel, I think that's what it is. And Samuel Tusan is saying, thank you again, very helpful. Thank you too for the question. It's helpful to all of us. I think, okay. No, you have to calm down. We're already past there. Okay, wait. I think Labi, calm down small. Yeah. Oh, no, no. Yeah, stop there. Ohini Labi TV will say, okay, thank you very much. I would love to come and do the reading anytime. Ohini Labi, thank you very much. Then Selom also said, okay. And I think Chris Wild 53 saying, please, when I say that one is also anytime. Then we have Chris Y53, thank you so much for educational information about our spirituality. You are very welcome, Chris. Thank you very much. And then we have Foster at 2111. We have some questions to ask Daddy. Go ahead, Foster. We are here to answer your question. Okay, if anybody on Clubhouse wanted to ask any question, please send in your question. Anyone there wanted to ask a question? Because we are in the next 1 hour, we are going to stop our the streaming. Thank you. And people on Clubhouse, have are you? Can you hear me? I'm not getting it through this one. Can anybody hear me on? You can hear me. Okay, thank you very much. And also, I would like to use this opportunity to thank Zil Harris on Clubhouse that she has sent us a donation, and we are very grateful for her donation. I receive it, and thank you very much, Zil, for your kindness. We are very grateful. Okay, we have our sister Vivian Bakar saying greetings, Papa and AMT. Thank you very much, Vivian. How have you been? It's been a while. How are you? Hope everything is well with you. Thank you very much for joining the section. I'm grateful. We have Enoch Atta 837. The place where are you located? We are in Accra on the Spinters Road. Thank you, Enoch. Who is controlling the? You can do. Okay, so Zil, go ahead.
Hi, I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, thank you very much, Zil.
I'm walking around my house while you are talking, and I jumped on the clubhouse, but I wasn't listening at first, and then I heard you saying what you were saying, like, is anyone there? Is anyone there? And I just wanted to let you know that I'm listening. I'm sorry, I'm dealing with something in the background at the same time. I have an elder who I discovered yesterday. Um, not doing too well. So I live in my apartment building, and I've been trying to take care of him and also try to get him some help because he doesn't have any people, you know, that he doesn't have a phone and he didn't have any groceries and he didn't remember the last time he ate and so I'm trying to work on that right now. So I'm sorry that I'm a little distracted, but I'm here to support as well.
Thank you very much, Zil. And I was saying that we thank you very much for the donation you've made to the African Magic Temple. We are very grateful. So may the ancestors continue to strengthen you. And once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. I really thank you also for all the information that you share. And I think it's been a whole year where I've been listening in, pretty regularly. I think I've only missed a handful of Sundays this whole entire year. And I had a goal this year of my sort of like academic goal was to learn more about the history of black comedy in the United States, like the evolution of black humor and black comedy. And that's what it started off being, but I also was doing this just for my not for my information. And what I discovered, I'm coming back to the comedy part, but this year has enabled me to understand so much more about an aspect of Black American culture that's not talked about a lot, which is like this history of spirituality and magic that's outside of or integrating Christianity. So I'm able to now answer the question of like what is voodoo, what's the difference, like how do people do these things, and that wasn't something I intended to start off the year with. I just was like, oh, I'd just like to learn more about an African spiritual practice, and so I am learning about that, but I'm also learning about the connections in the diaspora and specifically a lot more about African American culture. And one of my friends, she's from El Salvador, I was telling her, now that I have been exposed to information that you're providing on Sundays, I'm finding that when I talk to people around me, they're aware of so many more things than I ever have been, and they do a lot of the stuff that we talk about here on Sundays. And she said, yeah, just because you don't do it doesn't mean other people don't. It is part of our culture. And she was talking about, being Latina and like, from El Salvador and the kinds of things they do, and then also even how African spiritual practices were blended in with the ancient Mesoamericans. And so I'm finding that a lot more people around me do seek out divinations and readings, that they have these experiences, that they do these things, that they are aware of so much. And I'm like, was I blocking this before, or am I? It's not even a matter of attracting it now because it's the same people. It's the same people. They just don't talk about it publicly.
Yeah, I said this last week that there are so many people in Ghana, especially women, who practice traditional spirituality, but they don't want to be on social media. They don't want to be shown as part of any traditional thing because of the social stigma attached to the works that African traditional spirituality is. The negative stigma attached to it is why a lot of people, women in particular, do not want to let people know what they are practicing. So it is here too in Ghana, and I thank you. A lot of people practice traditional spirituality, but not everybody talks about them. We are a shrine, so we talk about it. We don't have fear of anyone saying anything against us, even if you do. I mean, we are doing what we are doing. You can't change us.
Thank you.
Thank you, too, Zee. Okay, so let's go back to TikTok. We have Enoch Atase. Please, what are some of the things you help people with people's life, but not making of money? Anything that has to do with your spiritual life, yes, we help, but we don't do fake spiritual practices here. We are a very serious shrine, and we don't do money because we don't believe money. What people say they are making money for people is real. I think that's what a lot of people are interested in, but that's not what we do. We are doing pure Ewe traditional spirituality. Okay, while we are waiting for people to send in question, I had asked the question before that who knows what is akpeteshi, and I nobody has actually answered that yet. But then I also said that it is in our colonial, the word Akpeteshi is part of our colonial past, in the sense that the word, when the European came at the shore of Africa long before slavery, our ancestors were distilling their own gin or liquor. They have what we call palm wine that comes from the palm directly, and people drink it. They tap it and they drink the water and they get drunk. Then we have what is prepared from corn, a kind of wine that is prepared from corn. We in the Ewe land we call liha. In Accra they call it asana. Those drinks were prepared by our ancestors long time, but fortunately the liha or asana does not really get you drunk. It doesn't get you drunk. It is just a mild drink which our ancestors used to drink. That's why when we are doing ancestral feeding, we actually includes it into our drinks before feeding the ancestors. Then we also have uh, 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 one made out of millet, or two actually, two made out of millet. One is called pito, which is made by the northern people, especially the northerners of Ghana and maybe the northern part, because they grow a millet a lot, so they prepare millet drink, and it's called pito. And then another millet drink also is called solom, or most people popularly know it as brukutu. In my area, it's called solom or chukutu. So, and then these are the local drinks or African beer, like the pito and the brukutu, are like African beer brewed from millet. They brew it, they cook it, they ferment it, they cook it, and then it's a very tasty drink. When you drink it, it's very relaxing. And then we have what we call in Ewe land sodabi. Sodabi, or some people call it sonklolo. I think the Nigerians or the Yorubas call it ogogoro, and the Ga people of Accra they call it akpeteshi. This akpeteshi is a one very popular drink in West Africa. I will not say Ghana. It is come across the borders. And why it became akpeteshi is that when the European came, the colonizers came, they knew and saw that we were having our own kind of alcohol beverages and liquor that we can prepare by ourselves and drink by ourselves. But because their intention of coming to Africa was not for anything good than for their economic gains, they tried to ban our people from brewing, selling, and drinking what we have produced ourselves. Just like how they have banned us from our own traditional spirituality, labeling it evil, devilish, whatnot. So that also for their for economic gains, because when you go to the church, you were told to contribute money to God, and you will contribute money, and then maybe they will send it to God, and God will share and give them their share. or they will keep it to themselves and say, oh, it is for God. And God doesn't chop money, but they have mouth for God. They cook food for God. They give it to God to chop. And our people had been donating, contributing from the very day that church came to our land. So just as we have been banned from drinking our own brewed uh, liquor, so were we also banned from knowing the truth about our own traditional spirituality. So all these things were for economical gain for the European, for the colonizer. That's why I brought that application out. Our ancestors who, may God rest their soul, who died before colonization, they know appetition, they know shalom, they know gurukutu, and palm wine. That's what they know. So when we are praying to them today, some of these ancestors, we don't even know their names. We have no direct knowledge of their names. But that doesn't mean their bloods are not running in our DNA. So when we are praying to them, we pour all these names because we don't know which any of them drink. So we will put all that our ancestors had been drinking before colonization. We give them and during colonization. So the story goes that the akpeteshi, which is a Ghanaian, means you should hide before consuming it. You should not consume it publicly because the European will catch you. And if you are caught, you can be put in jail. They will charge you. And if you cannot pay the fine, they will lock you up just for drinking your own traditional alcohol. Just like we were talking the other day when they say obia, the traditional voodoo knowledge that was taken from Africa into the Caribbean and especially into Jamaica. When they see you practicing obia, there's a law in the court that will deal with you. All these things were not for anything than economical gains. When people want to control you, they want to control every aspect of you, every aspect of your brain, every aspect of your mind, every aspect of your being, so that they can uh, take advantage of you. Please, somebody should see who is playing the ball inside the room. It's a setter and it's making noise to me. So the appetition is what today I use in praying to my ancestors that they should drink it and see how this thing is so tasty. But the white man, European man, stop us from enjoying our best distilled liquor. You know, apeteshi, ogogoro is drunk more than any foreign imported or locally brewed uh, drink in West Africa. Even though nobody put any brand name on it, it is not bottled anywhere, it is not having any advertisement that will promote it, but people drink it more than anything. So our tradition goes with our drink, it goes with our everything. I think it's the same one that is called in the diaspora the moonshine. And the moonshine is very good. That's why the white man will catch you if you are brewing it or you are distilling it because you will enjoy it and it's cheap. You don't need to pay so much money to enjoy. Even if you have just a penny, you can take and you will feel good. Instead of going to spend $1 to buy a bottle alcohol, you this is so. I'm not promoting people to go and be drinking alcohol. That is not the purpose. I'm just talking about this for educational purposes, that our ancestors had also brewed drinks, but when the white man came, they were hiding to brew or distill, and also they were hiding to drink it. All was in the knowledge and the control of our people, so that we cannot be ourselves in any way. That's why today, if the black man is not having an economic power, it is not only our mistake, but it was a tailored preparation by the Europeans, so that the black man can never ever be independent economically on their own. Thank you, everybody. So this is what I wanted you people to tell me, but nobody was able to tell me. Okay, we have a, no. Let me see. There's a Wenam on that. Okay, Wenam Dixon, and then we have Foster Achu again. Say, please, I'd like to know how I can connect with my forefathers. Achu, I think the first thing is try to get back to your home, know your family, know your forefathers, know their names on your paternal and your maternal side. Get all this information, your uncles, your aunties, your grandfathers, your great grandfathers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, as many as you can gather. When you gather these names, when you wake up in the morning, start pouring libation to them. And what is pouring of libation? Pour water, fetch water in a cup. Call your ancestors and pour that water on the ground or in a container, where, if you are living in a cemented building or a tile building, then get a container. Then you pour sand into it and you pray, pour the libation into that, telling your ancestors that you want them to come to your uh, aid. They should come and support you, so that their name should not die forever. And you put your challenges and things that you are not sure about to your ancestors. And if you continue doing that for some time, your ancestors will start to respond to you, because you know their name. And when you call their name, they will answer you. Thank you very much, Foster. Keep trying it. And if you have any challenges, I am always here on Sundays. We can still discuss. We have Ewenam Dixon for Kujovi. I love you for what you do, and I'm from your place, Bando. Yo, Akpe, Akpe, Miawele Doji, Ewenam, Akpe Kaka. Hmm. Then we have Kofi Broby who joined, and then when I'm saying, when I'm saying, I will visit you one of these days. Thank you very much, Ewenam. I'm very grateful. And then Foster Achu is, are you from Pando? I was born there, but I live in Accra. Yes, I'm from Pando. Thank you very much, Foster Achu. And then we have Global Engineering and Surveys saying hello. Hello, Global. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. Then Sam Do say, I'm appreciating your teachings, Papa. Thank you very much, Sam. And then we have Foster to say, we love you, Daddy. Thank you very much, Foster. Thank you all. Okay, let's try the Facebook. Let's try YouTube. Let's try Zoom and see if we have any. We have Kwesi on Zoom. Say greetings, Papa and AMT family. Hello, Kwesi. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. I think you have seen the videos I've sent to you. Thank you very much for working with us. We are very grateful.
Yes, Papa, yeah. Thank you as well. Thank you so much. I think it should be the other way around. Thank you for doing my work for me, not you. That's how I see it, but maybe, um, yeah, so thank you so much.
You're welcome, Kwesi. We are very grateful.
Yeah. Um, just a quick question today. I wanted to know if it's possible to know if an ancestor or someone else you've been pouring libation to has um, come back.
Yes, sometimes, it's not sometimes. We in Africa and in Ghana and also in every tradition, we always believe that when a person dies, he goes back to his ancestral world or to his or her ancestors. And then with time, when his destiny has a congenial and a convenient time to reappear on this surface or rematerialize or being born, the person will be born. But then we cannot know who is born back and who is not born back unless, of course, when you born your children and you do reading to find out who they are, if they are the new souls coming into your life or they are connected to your ancestors. For that reason, we kept remembering the memory of the ancestors that had gone, whether they had been born back or they had not been born back. But as long as some of the ancestors are not yet born back, and we believe that they are living in the ancestral world, when you pour libation to them or you pray to them, there is always someone there on your bloodline who will answer to you.
Okay, okay. Right. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you so much for this.
Thank you very much, Kwesi. Thank you too for the
Yeah.
question. Okay, let's check YouTube and see if anybody is there now. I think no one is on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, we have few people here. We have our sister Vivian Baka. I'm okay, Papa. Thank you. I'm getting ready for the end of year ritual. I wish I can be there. God's time is always the best time. If wishes were horses, everybody would have been riding them. But it is unfortunate that if it is not your time, no matter how much you try, you cannot make it. But I believe your time will come when you will have an opportunity to be at the end of year ceremonies. Thank you very much, and I'll pray for you that your wish will come true very soon. Thank you very much. And Vivian went on to say, please, Papa, find a way to make money for people and teach me so I won't work again. Yeah. Yes, Vivian, you are right. I have to find a way to make money. Oh. I don't know where to go. Maybe I'll have to go and talk with the governor of Bank of Ghana so that they can come and put the machine in my gallery here so that we will not sleep. We will just be printing and printing. We will not sleep at all. Yeah, so I have to go to see the governor. But everybody wants me to make money for them, and I don't have a printing machine. So the governor should relocate some of the machines to come and stay in our shrine. Then when people want money, I'll just tell the governor, Mr. So and so say you want money. How much do you think I can print for him? Then when they give me the go ahead, I ask him to bring the paper. Then then we pack his own for him or for her to take away. Vivian, it's a very good idea. We'll find a way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that.
Sorry.
It's a good thing. Who want to work? If you can be making money, we are all working for money. And if we can be making money, who want to work? For me, I'll make some into my pillow. I'll make some into my mattress. And even I'll let them make some into my slipper for me. I'll be walking on some. Then I'll be putting some as my heart. Very interesting. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you very much.
Job pattern.
Eh?
I said job pattern will never start.
Nobody will starve again. We will just be spending money every day. We'll be drinking good drink, very expensive drink. We'll eat it, good food.
You go to Nakuno, they go to.
We will just. I will order breakfast from Paris. I will order my lunch from Tokyo, and the plane will bring it. I have money. Now. Charter plane. Bring me nasi goreng from Indonesia. I want to eat now. Very interesting. If I know how to make money, I will be sitting here. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Let us be happy. Let the people be happy. Okay, the Zoom, I think we go back to TikTok. I think when I'm Dixon, say, Papa, can I please have the Zoom link? Okay, I think they'll put the Zoom link there for you so that and everybody can see. We have the Zoom link. Yeah. Have you posted it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Ewenam, they have posted the Zoom link for you. And then we have Foster Chudadi. Do you have any ideas about an alien's existence on Earth? Alien? No, Foster, is it Foster who was asking? I think. See, the problem is that there's so much problem here on earth with the people we are seeing already. And why should we worry about adding aliens to the problem we have already? I believe that the aliens also they have their problem. And we too we have our problem. So I don't have any idea about whether aliens had existed on Earth. If they did exist before, fine. If they don't, that's also fine. I'm looking for my Gary, my bread. That's what I am looking for. I'm not looking for alien. I'm not interested in alien. The problems that are here, I've not even finished dealing with them. And I'm going to be dealing with aliens. Hey, anyway, I don't have any idea whether they have existed or not, whether they are existing or they are not existing. But I do know that spirit world exists because I work with spirits and I interact with spirits every time, and I am seeing their effectiveness, their existence, their reality. So I can say spirit exists because I deal with them. I send them on assignments and they accomplish them, and I see the results. So I can say spirits exist. But for aliens, I have not met them yet. If they do exist, that's fine. But me, I'm not worried. I'm not interested in them. So Sena shared the live video. Thank you, Sena. Then we have Minister Mafo. I'm connected. Thank you to Minister Mafo. And then we have Minister Mafo saying, I am interested in such eye-opening teachings and experience. Yes, that is why we are all here, because we all are interested in an eye-opening teachings and knowledge and wisdom. That's why we are all here. And thank you very much, Minister Maf. We are very grateful. I think Big Sister Oluchi was laughing because of the money issue that Vivian said we should make sure we find a way to make money so that she can stop working. It's a very good idea. Eh? I don't know where safe I will go. If I have money, I don't know where to go. I don't know whether I will be sleeping all day or I will be just happy and walking around all day. I cannot tell. I cannot tell yet, but it will be a very interesting experience to have money. I'll go to moon and come back, like Elon Musk. I'll just be traveling in space.
Buying cars.
I'll be buying car is small money. I'll buy spaceships and I'll be flying from one planet to another planet. I'll be looking for aliens. And this time I'll be looking for aliens. Thank you, big sister Oluchi. We are very grateful. I think we have only about 18 minutes more. Okay, we have about 18 minutes more. We'll be closing. So please, if you have your questions, please send them in so that we can try to answer. Today is a very interesting day. Very interesting.
Okay.
Yes. We see what
Come on, let's bring Kosi on the Zoom. Yes, Kosi, please.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask this one too. As someone who works with many foods, um, how do you know which to do to give a particular task to? Is it intuitively or I know all of them have their kind of work, but maybe some of them they are working a lot. So how do you get the work amongst them?
Okay, before you get a voodoo and bring that voodoo to your shrine or even to your house or wherever you may keep that voodoo, the first thing you have to know is you have to ask the person who is going to introduce that voodoo to you about what kind of works does this voodoo do. I will liken voodoos to professionals. There is a doctor, there is a mason, there is a carpenter, there is a painter. Even among the doctors, there is a surgeon, there is a pediatrician, and there is a person who attend to other uh, human ailments and other things. So when you get a voodoo, you know that this voodoo, these are the kind of works that it does. So when you are such kind of work comes to you, eh, when such kind of work comes to you, you will tell that voodoo that you know that it is a carpenter. So if a carpenter, somebody say my table's leg is broken, you call that voodoo. You say you are a carpenter. Table leg break, go fix it. And the voodoo will tell you, okay, I'll go and fix it, but I need a nail, I need a hammer, I need a saw, I need a crowbar, I need this, I need that. You provide it to the voodoo. Before you know, the table is fixed. And the voodoo will come back and tell you that you've given me an assignment, I have accomplished the task. So go look at it and see whether it is okay or it is not okay. So that's how the spirit world is. So you may have so many voodoos with you, and each and every one has some tasks. There are also some vodus who have similar works. So maybe the person is a carpenter, but he also know painting. So when you are going to send the voodoo who is a carpenter, and if there's some painting work is supposed to be done on the woodwork that is done, then you add the painter to it. So the two of you go and fix this thing. So they will go and do it. So you have plenty voodoos with you, but you know what each one does, because before you accept the voodoos, you will know their work. That's why when somebody has given you a voodoo and doesn't tell you what the voodoo does, and just so I've given you a voodoo, or they make a talisman, and so it's a talisman, just take it. You don't know what work it does, and you are just hanging. You think that the talisman is supposed to protect you from a car accident, but maybe that talisman is only to make you shine among people. You wear it and you are in car, you get car accident. Then you get angry with the talisman. It's not its work to protect you from accident. It is its work is to make you shine among people. When accidents come, there must be something else that are supposed to come and interfere or come and intercede on your behalf. But if that one is not there, you may have a voodoo that brings you happiness, brings you joy, a voodoo that makes you famous, but it is not a voodoo that protects you. So each and every voodoo has its own work to do. So anytime someone wants to introduce any voodoo to you, first and foremost is ask them, what work does this voodoo do? Concentrate on that and know and understand the work that the voodoo does first before going into it that I want to have this voodoo.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you to Kwasi. I'm very grateful. Big sister Oluchi is asking, Papa, will you come to France also? Yes, I will take breakfast there. I'll take breakfast. French food is very small. They don't save plenty food. So when I get plenty money, I'll eat plenty food. Even because I have the money, so I'll ask for more plates. I should bring more plates. You know, French food is very small, small. They don't not big like our own. So just small thing on your plate. They call the money for you with plate. So since I will enjoy it, I will ask them to bring more, and I will be paying. So I will come definitely. I will come. Peace and love, big sister. Thank you. Thank you. I remember when we were in Thailand. I invited my senior brother to come and helped me to manage my school. I had a school in Thailand those days in the late 80s. So I invited my senior brother, who was a professional teacher, to come and take over the school from me because I was working as a magician in the nightclubs. And when I come back home at dawn, sleep is not enough for me. So to wake up and teach again was becoming a problem. So I asked my senior brother to come. So my brother came and I took him to a restaurant. They measure food in some bowl, rice, and they'll put it on your plate. So they measure it in very small bowl. Then that one they'll put it upside down. Then it is on your missing. Then you go and buy the stews that you wanted to use. So they served us. My brother looked at the food, and then they served me. They served him. He looked at the food and he asked me, "Whose food is this one?" My senior brother today is no more. But he said, "Kujuvi, whose food is this one?" And so that's your food. Then he looked at me and said, "Do they think that I'm a small boy?" And the people who are selling the food thought that he was a small boy because why? He is an adult and they put this small food in front of him. That he is not a small boy. I should tell them to bring more. So no, don't worry. When you finish eating, This one they will bring more. So I'll go to France and eat food in France. I know their food is not plenty. So when I finish, I'll ask them to bring more. I will never forget this. He said, do these people think that I'm a small boy? I said, no, not that they told you you're a small boy. I said, why did they bring this small food? I said, no, when you finish it, you can order for more. It was a very interesting life. Mm. Okay, like that comment. No, no, yeah, thank you. I think we are almost getting to the. We have about 9 minutes more to go. When I said about 1 hour ago, and it's almost 9 minutes. We are here, but
Mr. Bokor, this is Neil.
hello, Zil. Yes.
Hi. I put a couple questions on the Clubhouse chat, but actually another one evolved. I just wanted you to talk about charms and talismans more. You started talking about that a little bit ago. I just wanted to hear you talk about the significance and the use of them.
Okay, I will say it in a very simple way. Talismans are also charms. There's talismans. Some talismans are charms, and some talismans are for protection, and some talismans are to boost your aura, your spiritual side, so that you can be attractive to other people as well as to spirit world. So basically, what we call talisman is anything that you can put together, whether they are herbs or they are incantations or even buffs that you can use in order to boost your aura to that to an
Did you
to
say bath? BATHS?
BATH, bath, bathing like bathing, to
Oh,
take a bath.
bath.
Yeah,
Bath?
yeah. Some ice you can to wash down your body.
Oh, bath.
Yeah,
Bath. BATH. Okay,
yeah,
all right. Okay.
yeah. So some talismans are in the form of a bath. You can take bath with them. Some food that can be prepared for you to eat so that you boost your aura, you boost your inner self. And then there are some talismans are sold inside uh, clothing. So when you wear that clothing, that shirt or cassock or whatever, in order to boost your aura, to lift you from the normal person that you are, a higher into a spiritual stage where spirits can deal with you without looking down on you as a human being. So talismans are the purpose of talisman is just to protect, boost your aura, and to bring your attraction and all this. So that's what that talisman means. When you look into the Old Testament, most of the Jewish priests, the Judaism priests, I think those were not Christians, but then they are all inside the same Bible. And the Israeli leaders who were the Levites. The Levites in the Bible, if you look into the olden days Bible, you will see that they all wear talismans before they enter into the Holy of Holies or to conduct any spiritual event. They all wore talismans. It's only in today's Bible that those things have been removed, and then it has only been replaced with scapula and crosses and everything. But in the olden days, when we were young, the Bible stories, all we saw all these priests wearing talismans, and it was not called a sin. It was not regarded as an evil thing. But in today's charismatic Christianity, talisman wearing becomes devilish. I don't know whether God is changing or human beings are changing. I cannot even tell you. So talisman talismans are to boost you, and in our tradition, we still prepare talisman from different things, using some herbs, combining herbs and other materials in nature to create that energy where you can attract and boost your energy and protect yourself. That's what talisman is.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Thank you very much too for the question. Is it raining?
No, is that
No, because the your map, your weather this thing says it's raining.
sorry?
Maybe it's raining somewhere.
Where you came from, the map and the weather is
It's still the same, never changed. Okay, so okay, maybe I'm still in Europe. Okay. Okay, so we have a first statue. Please, can you tell me more about the sign at the middle of Israel flag? I don't know. There's no Israel flag in my this place here. I know what it is. It's not a flag of Israel. This is our logo. My logo, those of you who are watching, we have this bracelet, which you can see I'm wearing on my wrist. I think it's a TikTok that is asking that question. We better use this one rather. I think they can see what I'm doing, but do where that one can be. Yeah. So this is the bracelet that I wear. This bracelet represents the bracelet of the patron deity of our shrine. This is an axe, a fear axe. This is an axe. It's like the magic wand. When I was trained and I was given authority to become a priest so that I can also work with spirits, this was what was given to me by my teacher as an authority so that when I am doing things, I should strike that thing down with some incantations and the spirit will listen to me. I will even say this is like a talisman as well because the axe has a talisman on it and then it is not just ordinary axe. So when I strike it before I start my work, I anchor myself in on the physical plane as well as on the spiritual or the astral plane. And on the axe, you will see a sign of two inverted triangles. One is coming down and another one is going up. Has nothing to do with Israel and has nothing to do with Judaism and it has nothing to do with the Hebrews. There's a triangle that is coming down is to say that we can download spiritual energies from the spiritual plane into us, into our work, and also we can upload people's spiritual problems into the spiritual plane as well. So that's why these two triangles come together. It has nothing to do with David, but I think the Star of David, is there anything inside again? Or this is how it is too? It's just like that. Okay. But it has nothing to do with King David or Star of David. It is Africa Magic Temple. Right? And we have this Woli. It's one of the Afar Odus. The third Odu in Afar Woli, which also represent grave or ancestor. And then we have this one, which is 111 and 2, which is called Gunda or Buddha, as in Yoruba it's called Ogunda. So this thing is Woli, Goda, but in people call it in Afa Woli War, Godo, Woli War, Godo, which means look back to your past, turn back again to your roots. That is these two signs here. Woli Wagodo. You turn back to your root. Look back to your root. And the people say Sankofa in Akan. This sign is the sign that is telling you that go back to your root, go back to your back, turn back, don't continue going on it. Go and look back again at your root. There's so much information there that you have missed. So go back. And that's what we are doing in African Magic Temple, trying to bring people's mind back to their roots. And of course, the two cowries here represent spirituality. And also, they represent the eyes that we are diviners. We are diviners. We can see and we can tell. So, this is basically what our sign is. The whole logo is built on spirituality. Thank you very much, Foster, for asking that question. Has nothing to do with Israel. I don't think Israelis are the only people who start to make that sign. That sign has been there before Israel was created in 1945 or 19 whatever. Oh yes, this sign had been here before Israel was created in 1945 or 48. I think 1948 they created Israel. So Israel is there. Remember, this thing had been there long time before Israel was created. So it's not an Israeli sign that we put there. It has nothing to do with David or what, anything. So it is just that it is our own sign. But if anybody mistaken it for saying that maybe it is what you call it is what it is King David. No, we were not even thinking about that before making our logo. Okay, then Foster to say the one at your back. Yes, that's what I've just explained to you. It has nothing to do with the Israel flag, please. And then we have a click Boedu saying, please, what is the discussion about? We are discussing African traditional spirituality here. People are asking questions and I am answering them. Thank you very much, Click Boedu. Then we have Ewenam Dixon again. Papa, what will make someone still dream about things in this village meanwhile he has been in Accra? Or sometimes when you are in Accra, your inner self misses home. And sometimes your inner self will want to visit home. So in your dream, you will be dreaming that you are at home. Sometimes also, maybe you yourself, you are homesick, but you don't know because you are busy looking for money and opportunities and everything, and you are forgetting much about home. And sometimes also there will be problems at home that you need to attend to, but because you are in the city, your your thoughts and your thinking and everything is only about here. But when you lie down and you are relaxing, your inner self takes you back to your roots to tell you that this is where you are from. So this it could be many meaning. But when you want to know the real meaning why this thing is happening, the only thing is to do a spiritual consultation, which is called reading. And when you ask a specific question, the spirit world will go and then look for the answer and come and tell you, and then everything will be clear to you. So anyway, that is what it is. Thank you very much. And then Foster actually said at Clickable, you just ask any question in your mind. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then Foster sent me a rose flower times one. And then we have a Nat Saleh. Hello, great. So can I join your live? Yes, everybody is joining, so please do. And then Nasale say a live talisman. Yes, we all do love talisman. Then Nasale, hello, sir. What about the Star of David? It's not the Star of David. It's, you see, the mistake a lot of people make is that we associate certain things with only one group. Triangles have been existing in this world long before David was born. So if David had put the two triangles together and call it, they say, Star of David, mine is not the Star of David. It is two triangles interwoven with each other. It has nothing to do with David or Israel or whatsoever. No, 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 no. I'm not a Jew. My grandfather was not a Jew. My grandfather was not an Israeli. We are not black Jews, as people want to say we are the black Israelites. Me, my father, my grandfather, my great grandfather, they are from Eveland. They didn't come from Israel. So my star that I put there, you see, I'm not even looking at it as a star, but it is showing as a star, but it is two triangles, one for uploading, one for downloading. That's what it means. So not Saleh, it's not the Star of David, but maybe that's the general name for it everywhere, the Star of David, because we were told that it's only David who has star. What about if it was the star of my grandmother? How would you know? Because my grandfather was not popular. My grandfather was not in the Bible, so it couldn't have been his star. So when we were making the logo, we never thought about any David star over there. I'm not disputing the fact that there was a man called King David, who was also a very great spiritualist, for that matter. But that's not what I'm saying. But it was not upon his this thing that I made the star. Um, that's what it is. It is our own star. Maybe we have to start calling it the Star of Africa Magic Temple. And then after some time, people will say the Star of Africa Magic Temple. Maybe one day when we write our Bible, we'll put it in one day when we write our own Bible, then it will become the Star of Africa Magic Temple. So we have a reason for making the triangle to go up. And also we have a reason to make a triangle to come down. Because in invocation, you send information into the spirit world, then you receive information from the spirit world into the physical plane. That's all that spirituality or voodoo or traditional spirituality and any spirituality for that matter is all about. Sending information and getting information. Why David also made his star like that. But because nobody had ever actually explained why those two triangles had crossed and they are calling the Star of David. So those of you who are interested in the Star of David, please do some research and find out why that two triangles have been carved one in the Hebrew discipline. For us, it is we send information into the psychic world, and we receive information from the psychic world into the physical plane. That is why it is there. Thank you for all of you for asking the questions that you do ask. Please let's go down and see if we have anybody there too. And then we have General Amma. I love your explanation, Papa. Thank you very much. And then we have General Amma. We need more of you, Papa. Thank you. That's why I'm training all the people around me. Tomorrow, there will be many people teaching the way I teach. They may not be teaching the same thing, they may be teaching greater things, but they will teach it in the way that everybody else can understand and relate to it. Thank you very much, General Amma. And then we have Foster Achu, but according to story, we black people are the mean Israelites. Mr. Man, I don't want to buy that story. My father didn't come from Israel. If your grandfather came from Israel, fine. My grandfather did not come from Israel. I don't want to hear those stories. I know where my grandfather came from. At least my father told me where we came from. If your grandfather told you that you are from Israel, that's up to you. I'm not from Israel. why should you want to be from Israel? Because you believe that Israelites are the only people who know God, right? Okay, we are on YouTube now. We are almost closing. We are on YouTube now, and we have Bolaji Ali from UK saying, "Greetings, Papa. Thank you for today's section. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, Bolaji, for joining us. Also appreciative of your continued support for our work. And then we have Truth with Evidence. Please, Daddy, do you have WhatsApp group for spiritual teachings? No, I don't form WhatsApp group for spiritual teachings. I teach on Sundays live. You connect with me. WhatsApp groups, sometimes so many people join and each one want to be a boss. People come with so many stupid ideas, and if you want to ask them to clarify it, then it becomes an insult. That's why I do not belong to any WhatsApp group whatsoever. And also, I do not belong to any spiritual group anywhere in the world anymore. So I don't have a WhatsApp group. But I think my son had Senna has a Revolution WhatsApp group. Is it still there?
Yeah, it's inactive.
Eh?
Yes, it is.
But it's not active. Me, I don't want to belong to any group. I teach what I have experienced. I'm not teaching from any other person's experience. I don't want anybody to come and mess my water up when I am teaching, and you bring things that I know that they are not real, but then you want to make people to think they are real. And some of the people who are even trying to propagate this have not actually experienced anything, but they just want from hearsay, they want to push it down on people and say that's what it is. That's why I don't belong to any group. If you have your own experience, you talk about it. We'll all learn from you. Okay, we are on Facebook, and then we have Kwame Jones. Greetings, Papa. It has been a while. Thanks for your teaching. You are so honest and straight with us. I do appreciate your teaching. Thank you very much, Kwame Jones. I'm very grateful for that. And big sister Ifadara said, many thanks, Papa. Thank you very much, big sister Ifadara. That's on Facebook, right?
Yes.
I think we are done with that. And, which one is that?
We are going to
Okay, we don't have anything on YouTube anymore, and I think TikTok too. We are almost exhausted. Okay, we have General Amai say, "I'm in Congo now. I would love to see you, Papa, when I come to Ghana." Thank you very much, General Ama. I'm always here. You will see me when you come back to Ghana. Please just call and you will meet me. Okay, we have somebody with a telephone number on the 0241 265283. Say, please, I want to sell my house. What can I do to sell it? Okay, I think there are places where people sell house. We don't sell a house here. No. There are places on the internet and places that you can sell house. Here we are talking about spirituality. Yeah. Why would we keep the house to sell? So please get into social media pages that are selling houses and selling items. We are only discussing spirituality here, so please, we don't sell house. We cannot say who are we going to sell to. Then the people who listen to us, I don't think there are people who want to buy house. If they want to buy house, they know where to go. Anyway. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe there's someone on this platform that want to buy a house. But the person who say he's selling house, me, I don't know him. If you go and say you want to buy a house and chop your money, please, it's not my concern. The person is only asking me question. He want to sell house. He say want to sell his house. So me, I don't sell house. So General Ama is saying thank you so much, Papa. Thank you too. this. Uh, and then somebody also, no, I mean, and the same person said, no, I mean, it's creature level. What is creature level? Okay, we don't sell house, whether it's a creature level or it's an animal level or a human level or wherever. Do you know what they mean by creature level? Okay, whichever level it is. We don't. Sorry, we don't sell houses here. We are not real estate agents. Okay, I think we are about 6 o'clock, 16 minutes after 6 o'clock. If my watch in front of me is telling the right time, we will want to leave it here today, and then we will see you again next Sunday. But we want to also announce to all of you that our end of year rituals are coming soon from next month, um, December. From the 4th of December, we will start with our rituals, some of the rituals, and the finale will be somewhere on the 31st of December, which is the last day of the month. We've been doing this one for the past 25 years, and this will be the 26th one we will be doing this year. And those of you who would want to feed your ancestors in a group feeding, please, you can let us know. We will feed your ancestors on your behalf. Once you contact us, we will let you know what things we need, and we will. And those of you that had been with African Magic Temple for some time and had some dues to pay back to us, or our monies are remaining with you, the year is getting to an end. So please try to make arrangements so that you can send them the monies to us so that we can use these monies to buy items and celebrate with the spirits on the 31st of December. Everybody is invited to come and join us live. It is a very life changing experience, and those who had gone through it for some time had always made very positive comments about their experience. Thank you very much. And I think Zil wanted to ask a question. Who wanted to ask a question?
Oh, yes. Actually, the questions are also kind of from last week. So what happened was I put them on the chat kind of late, and then you ended kind of early, and I just said, okay, I'll just ask them next week.
Okay.
So
if you have any question, you can send it out. We can deal with it before I start.
Okay, I just put. So I'll just read what I put there. The last question is maybe an easy one. Which was, do you have a recipe you can share for making corn whiskey? Because I'd like to try making it.
To make the corn.
So that was one question. Yes, we call it corn whiskey in the United States. African Americans traditionally have made corn whiskey in the United States too.
Okay.
So I'm curious to know if it's the same.
I don't know. I don't know how to make them. Me, I only know how to.
Okay.
I only know how to make apetishi, and it is not made from corn. That is made from palm wine.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. I don't know how the corn whiskey is made. Yeah.
I also read that they used to make something from sorghum here too, very very long ago, like hundreds of years ago.
Yes, I think the sorghum and the millet ones are the ones that they use in making some drink. We call the African beer.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then my other question is probably, I don't know, maybe I could ask it now. If it's a long answer, you could maybe think about it and then answer it next week. I'm not in a rush, but I'm thinking about it a lot right now because I have, there are people. So my question is about two things. It's healing practices to help people align mental health. That's one thing. And the second question is about what are the traditions and practices and beliefs around the ends of life? So when a person is probably not going to live for very long, or they're in a condition where they can't take care of themselves, And so this question actually is inspired by this book that I bought in Ghana. I looked at it, but I only just started to really understand how to read the book because it's organized so differently from the way the books about using plants to heal in the United States are written. So I didn't understand how it was organized, but now I understand better. So I think we have a term here called euthanasia, for example, where in the United States it's like compassionate way to do something to a person to end their life so that they don't suffer. But it's controversial because Christians don't really believe in that. It kind of goes up against a lot of Christian beliefs. So that's one of the things I wanted to ask about. I don't know what the traditions there are, but in the book they do talk about certain herbs that are used to kind of ease people's suffering or help them transition into death.
Okay, what I know about euthanasia in our culture is not like giving any herb to anybody to drink and the person dies quietly. No. There are certain kind of people from certain family backgrounds who are especially royal families in Eveland. When they are sick and and their body is very weak, but they are not dying and they are suffering, what our people do is they will do a reading to find out what is preventing them from dying. Because you realize
What's
that
preventing them from dying?
yes,
What's preventing them from
yeah,
dying? Oh, interesting. Okay.
what is preventing them from dying.
Hmm.
Sometimes the reading will say that the person has offended certain people or had not taken up his responsibilities in the family as he was supposed to do, and now the ancestors are refusing to accept him or her.
Wow.
So when a reading is done like that, then they have to now ask, so what should they do for this person, for the ancestors to accept him into their fold?
Hmm.
There are some that it will say, oh, because he or she is from a royal family, they should kill an animal at their at the foot side when they lie down, where their feet is towards. They should slaughter a chicken and put the chicken blood there so that his or her spirit will walk through that blood for purification. Then it can go into the ancestral world. I have seen this one about 2 or 3 times done for some elderly people. And then while that was done, then within a day, the person passes on without giving any medicine to the person to drink or injecting whatever. This is pure spiritual, traditional spirituality, dealing with the spirit world and the physical world. I also had witnessed where there was a man who was dying and wasn't able to die. He will die, he will get back, he will be in coma and wake up again, and he was suffering. So they invited my cousin, who was also has a traditional position, to come and pray. So when he asked me to follow him, we went there, and then I did a reading. And in the reading, he, as a man, had offended so many ancestors because they left the back for him. When they died, they thought that he would take care of people, he would take care of the land, he would take care of the family and be responsible, but he refused. He didn't do anything, and a lot of people in the family had suffered because of his negligence. So when the time came for him to pass on, he could not go. The ancestors were not accepting him. That's what makes us believe and know that the ancestral world is real. We Africans, especially Aves, we don't just talk about ancestral world as if we are talking about heaven, where we don't know whether it exists or it doesn't exist. But in the ancestral world, we know that it exists because we interact with it daily and we get results, physical results, practical results. So we know that ancestral world exists. So there was this man when he wasn't die. So in the reading, so I had to do what we call a nube. A nube is to unite families together on the physical plane as well as on the spiritual plane or the ancestral world. So we have to prepare herbal bath and call all the children from this man, and then the other family's children all have to come and bath and drink some. So they took the same bath to him who was lying on the bed and sprinkled him, washed his legs and arms. The following day he passed on. So we do not give you anything to eat or to drink, whereby it will be like a poison that will take you. No, the ancestors are the one who will decide when you come. And if you have peace with them, they will let you come. If you don't have peace with them, you will be suffering.
Mm.
Those are the things that I have participated in and know, not say they inject you and then you die peacefully. No, 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 no. We here will not kill you because if I do kill the person with the medicine or poison or whatever, that person's karma will come on my head. He should carry his own load.
So, okay, I understand everything you just said. Does it make any difference if the person has an illness that is chronic and it's gonna go on for a long time? Do they just have to bear the suffering? So I'll give a couple examples.
No,
Like if they have.
before you give a couple of examples, everybody who has got a sickness, it has a purpose for that sickness. There's a reason why that sickness is on that person. For us, we will not just look at it as sickness. We will find out why that person is suffering from that sickness. Maybe it is a payback time for him or her. So the way you will look at it is not the way we will look at it. We will not just see it as sickness. Everything that happens on anybody has got a reason and a meaning. Why should that person only have that sickness and be suffering from it? What has he done? What has she done? That's the way we look at things. We don't. That's why I say voodoo is a way of life. It's not a religion. When somebody is sick, it is not just that he's sick. Maybe he or she has done something. That's why that sickness has come to them. That's the root you have to look for first before deciding. We don't just decide anyhow.
So if a person has something like cancer, for example, um, how is that handled?
Cancer is also a sickness, and it has a reason why that person had a cancer. Why another person near the person doesn't have that cancer? Can you explain why the next person who is taking care of this person, that person doesn't have cancer and this one has a cancer?
Yes, I understand. I kind of understand your question. I just wonder what's the treatment for the person.
No, that's why I say for us, everything is action and reaction. We will find out what action the person took before the reaction is coming in this way. When that is understood, then we will treat it accordingly. Nothing happens for just nothing's sake. We always do find out why certain things happen and something doesn't happen. Even if somebody is in their house and fire burned the house down and the person died inside, we will find out what is the cause, why should fire burn this person's house down and the person should die in it. Fire has burnt many other people's houses, but they didn't die in it. Why should this one happen? We always look for the reason. We don't just judge the surface. For us in every culture, we always try to look for the root cause of the problem, and then we treat it accordingly.
Okay, so So my original question was about what's done to ease the pain and the suffering if it's a long-term illness. So I think I still have the question,
The
which is
question is,
even once you do
mhm.
the rituals to find out the cause, what happens if, I mean, is it ever determined that they're supposed to suffer for a long time and they just have to take it?
No,
I don't know.
whenever a reading is done, the reading is done to show the root cause, and in the reading also it gives you the antidote to what to do to relieve the person of his pain or how to deal with it. That's why I say first we do the reading, we find out, then we deal with it. It's not because we don't just do reading and then just leave it in the air because we have done the reading and that's it. We will find in the reading the answers and the directions to do to change the course of what is happening is already there. That's what the reading is all about. Reading is not just to know. Reading is also to find out what to do to solve the problem.
Okay, so in the case of mental health or memory, because like a lot of older people start to have problems with their memory, and the memory is starting to go. And this is the case with my neighbor downstairs. He's losing his memory, and a lot of elders around me and people that I know, it's very common. So that's one thing. And then if you want to try to bring someone into mental health alignment, I mean, it's kind of the same question, I guess, again, but I just wanted to know if there's something different, if there's a difference in the way that these two things are addressed, or if they're just looked at illnesses in general.
Zero, you see, maybe you still need a little bit more time to understand our culture. When I say
Probably.
yes, why do I say that we always try to find the root cause of a problem? And then when we find the root cause, then we deal with it. How do we find the root cause? By doing spiritual consultation, which is called reading. If Joe is suffering from mental health, we will consult the spirit well and find out why is Joe suffering from mental health. Is it something that he has done that is coming back to him? Is it that there's some nervous system, nerves in the body, in the brain that are weak? Is it this? Is it that? Then once we know, then we will ask, so what do we do if we wanted to bring Joe back to his normalcy or to bring him back to his normal way as he was before? The oracle will tell you what to do. And when you follow it, the person will be okay. Not too long ago, there was a lady that was seriously sick. Not too long ago. They have gone to hospital and everything, but I think the hospital has written her off that she doesn't have that much time to live. And she was very sick and very sick. So my son came, they met my son, and my son brought her. We did a reading for them, and in the reading, they told us the mistakes that they made, how they have abandoned their own house, their ancestral practices, how they were attacking some elders, how within themselves, same father, same mother's children are very hating each other. They are angry with each other, attacking each other, some spiritually, some physically and mentally. So we were the oracle told us what things we should do for her to bring her soul back. And we also noticed that her soul was already leaving the body. She is just having the physical body everybody is seeing, but the soul has already started traveling out of the body. How do we know that? The person started speaking through the nose. Anytime they are speaking, you will be hearing nasal sound as if there is a ghost that is speaking. We in every culture we believe that ghosts they speak through the nose. So they have nasal sound. That's how they will be speaking. So when the human being who is sick and is alive and starts speaking like that, you should know that the person is almost going, his spirit is leaving his physical body. And what do? I had to go after the soul. There are rituals that we do. I went after her soul, brought her soul back, and tied it in onto her wrist before I started healing her. Now she's fine. So in our culture, we don't just look at things the way Western people look at things. We believe in nature. We believe that the whole world is full of spirits and energies. And when something goes wrong, there's a reason for it. We will look for that reason. And then when we find the reason, we will also ask, so what should we do to change this thing? Is there anything we can do to change it? If the spirit will say, yes, there's something you can do, then we ask them what? If they say no, whatever is happening, there's nothing you can do about it. And if we plead and beg them and they say there's nothing we can do, then we accept it that no matter whatever we are going to do, that person does not need to be here. That's why it is like that. So for us, we don't just do things like the way Western people do things. That's why we are spiritual people. That's why we are atheists. We can go after somebody's soul, somebody who is dying. We can go after the person's soul, get the soul and bring it back, tie it to the body, and the person will be alive. So whatever is happening to people with dementia and all this, you must find out why. People did so many good things in life, but they were paid in bad coins. Some people also pretend to be very good people in life, but in secrecy, they are very bad people. Nature doesn't forgive. Nature doesn't forgive. The person may not do the bad thing to you, but maybe he did it to somebody. That's why I don't believe in forgiveness. That notion of saying, oh, you did something bad and then you go to church and God forgive you, I don't believe in it. God, whatever you do, you pay. But when you are paying, at the time you are paying, you may not know. And people around you may not know that what you did wrong is what you are paying for. And everybody will be feeling sorry for you as if, oh, this thing is not supposed to happen. But whatever you have done, you pay for it before leaving this physical world. There's no hell gate you are going to meet the God or devil who will tell you, okay, you did this, you did that. You get it here. So people who have minds and do things in secrecy and try to harm others and thinking that, oh, well, if the time comes for them to go to heaven, they will change and say Jesus Christ is my Savior and Lord, then I'll go to heaven. It's a lie. You're not going anywhere. You pay.
Okay. All right. That's I didn't mean to talk so much and take up so much time. It's just a
Oh no, it's okay because
different way.
you are not the only one listening because this thing because when someone is sick and in this situation, so the person is saying, oh, why shouldn't God help him to that? Or what? Do you know what the person did? You were not there. You are only seeing the suffering part. People were given opportunities to help others, but they refused to help others and they did bad things. They may not do it in openly, but when the time comes, nature will never forgive you.
Okay, so just to ask one more question, because I think that this is a more fundamental question to ask underneath, to understand underneath everything. So in the culture I grow up in, the way that we often look at, we can look at illness the way that you just described, but we more or less are in the belief that we're born, most of us are born pretty healthy, and then over time our body starts to break down, and then we experience or become susceptible to more illness as we age. That that is what happens when you get older. And so I think that I'm asking also, is that a belief within your culture? Or is it the belief that if a person is perfectly spiritually aligned, they should not suffer from any illness and that they'll die naturally in their sleep?
In every culture in the world, everybody knows that everything grows old and everything dies. Nothing lives forever. It is in every culture. It is not only in American culture or in African culture. It is in every culture in among the human race that when you get older, you die. You get sick and you die. But whenever the time comes for you to die or when you get older, there are certain things that come along with it naturally. But then there is in certain people, it does not happen that way. That is where we will find out why is it happening to this person. It did not happen to that other person. We look it within our family setup or within our small circle. Then people can now monitor and go backward to find out, oh, this man probably had done this. We have so many things here in our culture which is lost to the culture in the diaspora. And that is why Africa Magic Temple is here, and that's why we are teaching about what our original culture is before the Europeans came to influence us with their culture. There is when everybody dies, there is nothing that lives forever. So that one is known in every culture. Even the Chinese, they know. The Indians know. Japanese know. Africans know. White people know that anything that lives on this earth will die one day. Either you die through sickness, you die through natural ways, or you die through some accidental or whatever. So it is not that we don't know that people grow and die. We know. But certain things happen and people die and they start suffering. Then you ask, why should Kwesi be suffering? But when Kojo was at this age, he wasn't suffering. He also died. The man who taught me, he lived for a long time. He lived quite long. Yes, at some age, he was old. So we were taking him to acupuncture to let him walk because his nerves were tight. And he was okay. There was a time that he had a prostrate, this thing which is okay, part of prostrate, but it was not like he was suffering. He was okay. It got to a point that he himself was saying, oh, he has lived in this world for too long, and he wished that death would come and take him away. But he was not sick and suffering. He was over 120 years. He wasn't suffering. It's only that when you give him food, he cannot eat it very well. When you give him water, he doesn't drink it the way he used to. And we all agree that he is growing, he's going to die. But some people were not even his age. They suffered a lot before dying. So what will you say about that? That's why anything that happens, we will find out what is the cause. And once we find out, we will know how to deal with it. My cousin was in my cousin, my own personal cousin, my senior cousin. She lived in America for over 40 or 45 years. There was a time in her life she got sick. They were taking her to mental hospital in America. Things were not going on well. The children called me. So, uncle, your sister is sick. We don't know. She's seeing things, and they say it's a mental breakdown. I said they should send her to me. The children put her in the airplane, brought her. I went to pick her at the airport, put her in my house. We went through things. Within 1 month, she was okay, and she went back. And she's thinking normal. So we, at our side, we always find out what is the cause. We don't just leave things to the air, so it's okay. There must be a reason for everything that happens to anybody on this planet. Nature does not forgive. That's why when we want to take actions, we should think twice before taking actions. If you people believe that when you die, Jesus will forgive you because you are a Christian, you are lying. If there is God, you get a big cane and beat your back, you cannot even have peace. So there's nothing that goes for nothing. So you should start looking at life from that angle. That there must be a reason for everything that happens.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Zil, for that question. Okay, so we are almost done, and I think we have only one or two questions there. Anaman Benjamin 4 say, Father, please pray for me on my work. I need protection. Mr. Anaman Benjamin, we can pray for you, but we don't even know you. What am I going to say? And I believe that you are not the only Anaman Benjamin in the whole world. So if you say I should pray for you, I'll pray. When I pray, say Anaman Benjamin said they should pray for him. But we will believe in doing things that are practical and then knowing what is happening and finding the correct solution to fix it so that things will be okay for you. But I will pray for you. And then we saw Rosalind Tete joining us. Thank you, Rose. Okay, I think we are done for today. Yes, everywhere is done. I thank you all for joining the section and with your interesting questions. And I'm very happy that Zeal asked these very challenging and interesting questions, because this thing is in the minds of all of us and in the minds of many people. People do not know why things happen the way they do happen. But when you are on a spiritual path, you ask more questions. Every day you ask questions. Why, why, why? And truly, too, when you ask these questions, you will have answers. I thank you all. I wish you all a successful week. May your days grow longer. May you grow in age. May you grow in health. May the ancestral world support your efforts so that you can also become the beacons of a new generation. May all the voodoos, the deities, the gods, the ancestors be with all of you, and may you all have a fruitful week. Thank you.
Thank you.